Emote party. This is the game. Hope y'all enjoy. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Anyway. Now I gotta fix your name there, Aura, so it doesn't look dumb and not fully stretched onto my layout, because Stream Labels doesn't want to do that on its own. And depending on the size of the name, the faster the thing scrolls. So if your name was really small or short, it would look like it's scrolling faster. But yeah, I just wanted to stretch that out. So this is PSO, if you've never seen it. If you were curious about it, here's a link. You can check it out. You've just joined Discord. Thank you, Blasto. If anyone is curious about PSO, this is a private server because the official Sega servers are dead, as well as DBO's. The website I just linked you is Affinia's website, which is the current private server I am currently playing on. Check it out. It's not hard to jump into. It's not hard to register an account. Just like with DBO, it's basically you register an account and you're good to go. PSO2 for most people who register on that, since it's Japanese, you do gotta do like some like stupid hiragana keyboard captcha. PSO was eventually released in the US, so it's got an English, most of it's, you know, all of it's in English. PSO, most of it, PSO2, most of it's in English. But if you don't play with the tweaker at all, nothing's in English. So you do have an annoyance trying to get onto PSO2. I can also link you to PSO2 as well, but it is a pain getting going. But there's that. There's also PSU. So expect me to play both PSO, PSU, and PSO2 eventually. I'll get back onto PSO2 eventually. If you're curious about that, I have several streams of PSO2 if you want to check out my YouTube channel. I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but there's my YouTube channel as well, which is where all my archives eventually go to. What about PSO3? Oh. Thank you, Crime Fridge. You thought this was Pokemon XD? Yes, it's Pokemon XD with a Phantasy Star skin, I guess. That'd be hilarious. You're into Pokemon as well. That's cool. Expect me to play a bit of. Expect me to eventually play Coliseum and XD Gala Darkness in the near future. I never really got around to beating Gala Darkness, but Coliseum was a great game. PSO3. Well, Episode 3 is a card game. PSO Episode 3 is rough. Yes, it is. Actually, PSO3. I wish you would have. I don't know. I don't know. Sega could possibly decide to release an episode or an actual 3. Whether it'll happen, I don't know. But yeah, Episode 3. Ugh. Expect me to play that in the near future, Crime. If you're curious to stick around and join the streams. In the near future, I will give PSO3 a shot as an adult, because when I played the GameCube version of PSO Episode 3 a long time ago, I was not quite an adult. I was still young. I forgot how long ago. It was a long time ago when it first came out. But I'll be giving that as an actual critique as an adult. I know it probably hasn't aged very well, but if you want to stick around for some some of that in the near future. I own it on the GameCube. XD was fun. I played quite a bit of it, but at the time I just breezed through Coliseum probably like for the third time or whatever. But that initial run, I had everything 100%ed, including Ho-Oh. So I got every Shadow Pokemon, including the 100 Battle Tower thing where you get Ho-Oh at the end. And then my Leaf Green got stolen, which is where I transferred the Ho-Oh to. Not that it's a big deal. Ho-Oh is a Pokemon you can get in Gold and Silver and, you know, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, but I worked my happy ass all the way through those floors, losing to that douchebag's Entei like 50 fucking times, only to eventually lose my game with Ho-Oh on it. So I kind of like played a bit of XD and stopped. Do you guys want to see that? Do you guys want to eventually see me go through the whole 100 floor thing? I can. Again. It's a long time, but I can do it. I plan on getting all the Shadow Pokemon, but whether I plan on going through that is all on really you guys. Alright, so we're gonna do some boss rush. Some towards the future. So like I was talking about Aura, this game also has a pet thing, kind of like in DBO. But this thing has stats, and it basically makes you, you. So, for instance, without these mags equipped or leveled up enough, your character is just not good. Like, your character will not do great damage. He'll do decent damage, but basically, aside from my gear on me and everything, plus my mag, my stats will drop a significant deal. Because the stats in the parenthesis are basically my stats as a base, really. And then the stats outside of the parenthesis are basically what's my stats being upped with my mag and my gear on. So your mag is what makes you, you. But in a way, it's kind of the same. Except this game's a lot easier and a lot more friendly. It's not a huge MMO, so it's not crazy when it comes to, like, stupid garbage. Not that it's stupid, I'm just not great with huge MMOs, because I don't oftenly, I never really spent a lot of years with them. I usually played a bit of them, and then I got bored of it because of how huge they are. That's why mags still sell for 10 photon drops on the low PD, low pop server. Really? Makes sense. That makes sense. I also remember back on Dreamcast when you could sell your mag. One of my friends who played the game for the first time, keep in mind I was new at the game too, but even then I didn't sell my mag because I knew it was important. He gets into the game with us. He's like, "Help guys, I don't have anything. I don't have my mag or whatever." He's like, "What happened to it?" And we finally found out he sold it. I was like, "You poor fool." Also a bad start. I mean, I've sold a bunch of my rares on accident on the console on the console versions, but that's only because of how fast I actually sell. I'm just glad these games, these private servers, make it so you can't do that anymore. You also don't lose your money anymore, which is very nice. Yeah, I'd be fine with selling rares. I have no problem with that. Except I've sold rares that I was currently using. Except here, I am turning in weapons for another quest. Because I have a team, basically a guild. I mean, it's not huge. It's just me and a few friends and a few people in chat. So a few of my fan base. We're turning in rare weapons and rare gear for points towards another quest called Point of Disaster, which is basically episode 4's, I guess, run to the boss. I would say it's a boss rush for episode 4, but that's not even a rush because it's just one boss. But you know what I mean. That's what I'm basically saving up my shit for. Otherwise, any excess rares, any duplicate rares, any rares I don't own at all, they go to a bank, and then I distribute them accordingly to other characters and friends. So any doubles I have either go to a backup character that I'm going to use who can use them, or they go to friends. Because I have an entire bank full of rares. Because I'm a rare collector as well, so I like to hold on to a bunch of rares. One of each rare at least. So if I find a rare that I never had before, that goes to me immediately. Or I'll give it to some people if they can use it and I can't. But normally I keep my hands on them. So I have a bank full of rares that I'm never going to use, but only just because I like holding on to them. I'm a hoarder. I'm a hoarder in RPGs, man. That's what makes it bad when it comes to classic RPGs, because I like to just hold on to I like to hold on to one of every weapon. Just because that's just how I play RPGs. Alright. Dargan time. Sipping that tea. And that water tastes so good cold. Mmm. Hello, Dargan. Ah, don't freeze me, Dargan. You're like you're a wyvern. In terms of mythology. You're not even a dragon, you're a wyvern. Dragons are more commonly known with 6 limbs, 4 legs, and 2 hands. Arms, rather. Wyverns are known as basically flying lizards with 2 limbs, or 4 limbs. 2 legs and wings attached to their hands. Which, you technically don't have hands. I play too much Dark Souls. Where dragons and wyverns are all over that goddamn game, and so many freaking people in the community flip out and start bitching what's a dragon and what's a wyvern. And then there's worms. Worms with a Y. There's like 2 types of worms too, and it's ridiculous. Whatever. I really don't care. Dragons and wyverns look so closely the same to me, but there is a slight distinct difference. You learn the difference from D&D. Yeah, see, there you go. And even then, in Dark Souls, there are dragons that have the typical... There are dragons that have 6 limbs, and then there's dragons with 4 limbs. Because there's a few dragons in Dark Souls that have 4 that are bipedal, like a typical animal. And then there's dragons that have 6. 4 legs and then hands. And then there's wyverns that, like him, who have 4 limbs. Hands and then 2 legs. So it all really is annoying, and it's weird, but there is a distinct difference. There's probably more of a difference between it than just the amount of limbs they have. Because there's one distinct dragon in Dark Souls 1 called the Gaping Dragon, which I believe he has no hands, but he has 6 legs. I believe. I could be wrong. I think he has 6 legs. I would have to go look at him again. But then there's Calamite, the black dragon, who has 4 legs and no hands. Stuff like that. And then there's the Hellkite Drake, who looks just like that dragon, who literally walks around on hind legs. So he's basically a bipedal wyvern. But so far, I think every dragon in this game is bipedal. Walks on hind legs versus, you know, the typical 4 or 6th limbed. Because even the episode 2 dragon is basically the same thing as what I just killed. Freeze, you bastard! Freeze! I'm hoping we chat can get a eventual D&D group together and we can all play over stream, and you know, I get used to it first, and then maybe we can all make a big stream thing out of D&D. I think that'd be cool. I was talking about that with Charlene the last time she was in here. She's also another big D&D person. Maybe we play over like I think it was like D20 or whatever it is called, and we just get me into it, get me used to the rules and everything. It's a rare flower. It's a rare monster. Shit. Pathfinder. Yeah. I've heard all the different terminologies, but I never played any of it, so. Oh god, I'm doing like little to no damage here. That's fine, I'm using ice. Gotta head out now. It was fun. Oh, thank you for joining. Thank you for the armor, and thank you for joining in for the chat. Thank you for the follow. Hope to see you around in the near future, my dude. So Blasto, I just encountered a rare flower. Those things are pretty rare to find. They give a lot more experience and nearly a guaranteed rare drop. Not always, but nearly guaranteed. And they're usually a lot better armor. I just found me a sense plate. Interesting. That was awesome. I found me a rare flower. It's a rare monster. First rare monster in a long while. Not since the rare boost of like maybe like a few months ago. Yeah. So last time I found a rare monster was probably back in like it was either September, I think. September or August, I don't remember. So I completely forgot to. There's a disturbing lack of armadillos. Yeah, I'm surprised there isn't an armadillo in this game. But there's these things. Protective gear that stimulates the wearer's senses, making traps visible, not usable by forces. God, is it garbage, though. Oh, that'd be nice, though. Being able to see traps with an armor, but it's garbage. Ow. Wait. What kind of armor was that? Okay. It has 0 slots. That's fine. I could have added slots to that once I can use it, but it is straight up garbage. All it would be doing is bringing up my attack power with my god powers equipped. It brings down everything else, though. My evasion and defenses drop with it. Yeah, it's not good. That's a shame. While I do like this wooden freaking piece of gear with my PSO ID on it, I would love to have a better armor. Eh, I found a new armor, though. Whatever. I'm happy with that. I'm just happy enough to have it. If I find another, I can give it to 0. Also, I'm having expect to see the return of Cactus sometime. Gammy Cactus. It's been a while since he's been here. I mean, came in here before October started, so... But I haven't seen him since that one return. He's a long, old-time follower and fan who was here. But he went on a long hiatus due to some issues with his injuries or whatever. I'm hoping he makes a comeback again. I know he requested me to do 14, and I still plan to in the near future. Hey, 123. Yeah, I grew another level. I grew a level last week. I wonder if there's an experience boost going on. Also, these flowers, the reason I was freezing them is because these flowers on Ultimate have a chance to one-shot me. Amplify that by like maybe 5 or 6 times depending on the amount are in the room. So yeah, they literally have like a good 5 or 6 chance 5 or 6 extra chances of killing me in one hit. Fuck them. I have not. I own 15 though. I just never got around to playing it. I was busy with a lot of other things. But I bought it, I own it. So when I finally move on to Final Fantasy 15, it'll be blind. I just never got around. Because when I did get it, I was streaming already with Kingdom Hearts and a bunch of other things. I was just busy with my stream. I never really play games for myself anymore. Just stream now. And plus, even before I was doing streams, I was doing YouTube, so it was really hard for me to just pick up a game and be like, hey, I'll play for myself, because it's either I record a video or I don't. But don't worry, I will be playing that, and I will be making a new file on World of Final Fantasy. While that is not an actual Final Fantasy numbered game, it'll probably be the only Final Fantasy game that I'm going to play outside of the numbers, because I did play several hours of it, I just haven't beaten it yet. So I'm going to be starting a new stream on a World of Final Fantasy as well, because I really like that game. It's a shame that I stopped playing it, because I did do a stream on that. A lot of other games that I wanted to do, on top of co-op. So I kind of like didn't stick with it. I just went to other streams. So World of Final Fantasy will be making a comeback, just however I'm going to start over. Because I hate coming back to a game midway through it, or, you know, a few hours in, and then people be like, what the hell? It's just kind of dumb to me. Let's Playing is different, because that's kind of like already there, but, you know, it's been a while, and not everyone's probably seen my World of Final Fantasy live streams, and especially recently. And considering it's gone, and unless you want to see it on YouTube, then you can watch whatever I have there. But it's just, I'd rather just start over. It's hard for me to recollect what I last did, too. So I'm just going to start over on that. But that'll probably be after the numbers. Just a better way to put it, instead of just putting it somewhere in between them. But yes, I'll be going up to 15. I'll be skipping the MMOs, but I will be eventually playing Final Fantasy 14 whenever I have the extra money for it. I'll probably swap that out with WoW. Once I play WoW, I'll probably swap it into that. Or eventually sometime after my Final Fantasy runs. Whenever that is. Probably in like several years from now. It's already going to probably be a long while before I get through rest of 1, and that's taking a while. It's blind. What do you expect? Yes, I just sold a special caliber, but I don't give a shit. I already have a few of those kind of weapons. I'm more of the rare weapon guy anyway. While I can do a lot better damage with, say, a charge caliber or a berserk caliber, I prefer not using specials. They're not my thing. If I was on scope, that'd be a different matter because I like using the charge mech guns over anything, over rare or hunter weapons and stuff. But that's just me. Plus DPS on my Swan is better anyway. Alright, so we're gonna feed my mag. Get that up there. Oh yeah, I gotta find that mono grinder. It's back in the second room, I think. Second or first room? What? I don't equip my weapon. No, it's in the first room. Oh shit! There's more slimes. Oh wait, this is the final room. Ugh. I got all turned around. Mono grinders level up your weapon. They increase its attack power. Every time you use one on a weapon, it increases its attack power by 2 points. For every 1 level. So if you have a mono grinder, that's 1, die grinders 2, tri grinders 3. So tri grinder would bring up your weapon plus 3 levels, that's 6 points in attack. So if I use it on my suppressed gun here, it is now a plus 5. That's why my weapons are all got pluses next to them. And I really only like using those on weapons I know I use. And I don't even really use my red sword or Asuka much, but I have them with me just in case. I like my Asukas though. I should really use them more. They're just slow. I'm getting tired already. Let's kill you guys before you either refuse or freaking buff me, or unbuff me. Split! No rare. No rare! So many slimes. Stop with all the items that you're dropping me. Jeez, stop hitting me! Because I was healing, getting up, freezing, yada yada. Alright, they're dead. This is one-player mode, equivalent to online's offline, where only I can play. Enemies are weaker than they would be if I was playing, you know, normal online mode, I guess, where I can play with other people, and it stacks the more people you have with you. But things are weaker, they have less damage and health, and bosses are a lot easier. If I was playing online, I'd get more experience too. You get less experience for this, but my character is not high enough to really handle that as of right now. I could probably barely handle this at her level. But online mode, this is basically how I leveled my main character to almost 170. That in episode 2's version of Boss Rush. I did that for like maybe 30 or 40 levels. I went from like 130 to like 160-ish, almost 170. She's like mid 160s. In the search of one item that I really want to get. I still want to get it. I just haven't had any luck, so I gave up. And I grew about maybe 30-something levels. It's ridiculous. But this is a good way to level because you're fighting bosses, a bunch of bosses. At least for me. It's a fun way to level for me. A lot of other people do a bunch of quests to fight at like tons and tons and if not hundreds of enemies. That's not my thing. I've been doing that with another quest where I play the forest. It's what you saw me and Zero do. And yeah, it's probably not the fastest way to level. I'm sure there's better quests for that, but it's just, it gets boring doing it. But we're not trying to level. And neither was I with my character on 160. I was trying to find an item. We're also looking for items. It just hasn't dropped. And we're going to continue doing it until we get it. I want my double cannon, damn it. It's a weapon that hits home for me on console, Xbox version, which is why I love it so much. Otherwise, I can give two shits. Motherfucker. Yeah, that was very bad. Because you first off knocked me over, then I was delaying a lot of my damage, and first off my character didn't swing right away. However, I brought your mask almost to halfway off, so. Get my accuracy. However, this is easier, so he's gonna die quickly. I don't like how he knocked me down with that first smack though. There we go. Now he's got 5,000 health. Now he's gonna drop rocks on my head. So every boss in this game does attack on a grid, where they attack within a certain combination of attacks. They don't just have a bunch of RNG depending on how close you are or whatnot. They will always do the same combo in a certain amount of times before they switch over to their next set of attacks, and it repeats. So he's gonna do his thing where he swims around, jumps on the boat, then he throws these things at me, swims around again, tries to shoot these purple orbs at me, jumps on the boat, knocks the light off, drops rocks on my head, then he'll swim around, shoot blasts at me, and then he'll eventually go to the back of the boat where he'll shoot lasers, jumps on the boat, repeats. He'll always do that pattern over and over again. It's not like, oh, at maybe at close range he's going to do this attack. At far range he'll do this attack. PSO2 is a bit different with that regard. PSO2 switches it up, makes the bosses a little better in terms of what they do in terms of RNG. Because there is no RNG in terms of their attacks in this game. They will always attack in a grid pattern. So these bosses are very easy to learn. Whether I'm actually good at dodging some of their attacks is totally different matter, that's on me, but I realize that I'm not, when it comes to PSO2, I'm bad at dodging certain attacks. And he's dead. And that's another thing I like too, is that I can explain the mechanics of these games, and people can actually can see it all happen live. I mean, I can do that on YouTube, but it's a lot easier on this. I'm not really going for that on live. YouTube is more of a different thing where I did explaining and let's plays with walkthroughs, but this is, you know, I usually just go into explanations for people who are new. But yeah. YouTube, it was all, oh, this is what you do here. Spooky Lobster is vanquished. Ah! Episode 2's version of that boss is basically more of a lobster, I guess. It's more like a gigantic weird sewer worm. Episode 2's version of that that same boss is more like a lobster to me. Barbaray looks a lot more lobstery. So that's funny you say that. Stop with the lasers. Ah, come on, man. So I'm in probably the toughest area. This is the second to last area in the game of episode 1, but these Ultimate Mines enemies are probably one of the toughest and worst enemies ever. Ruins may be the last area. The boss is definitely harder than this boss, but my god, these enemies are pain in the ass, and they are strong. The mines always gave me a run for my money on Ultimate. They have an annoying slow status effect. They constantly spam lasers, and look how strong that laser is. Yeah, they're not debuffed. There we go. Ow! Okay, debuffing does not do shit to their laser, I knew this. But it's a pain in the ass still nonetheless. Oh god. On top of that, they sometimes get knocked down, or they don't. Sure, that's more fun. So that red guy in the back, he'll do a lot of quick attacks and then he'll jump back and then heal. So he does he's basically the party healer. I'm trying to bring these guys out to fight me before he comes down, because in a group by himself he's fine, but in a group he can be a pain in the ass. Because he has dudes around him preventing him from dying. And then he heals on top of that. Not a lot, but enough to be annoying in a group. There's a room full of those dudes. There's blue ones and red ones, and there's a room full of 4 blue dudes at a time. And especially if you bring the red guy down with you. The blue dudes are not crazy enough as is. On top of him healing them all. It's a real pain in the ass trying to kill the red guy directly. with them around. So I usually tend to save him for last. Other than that, he's very easy on his own. The thing is, he doesn't even heal for a lot. It's just a pain in the ass having to deal with. And certain enemies do drop their weapons, so if you ever like to play a game where you get enemy weapons, some enemies do drop their drop a red box, which is a rare item or a rare weapon. Some enemies do drop their own like body part. It's akin to cutting off a limb, I guess. And then you got to take it to somebody to turn it into the actual weapon for you. So there are body part weapons in these games, and I really love that mechanic. Because that's also one of my favorite things in games. Is being able to get your enemy's weapon after you beat like a boss or something. Devil May Cry, for instance, is one example. No. Shared bank. Yeah, I didn't think so. I messaged Zero about joining in chat, even if he didn't play. I haven't checked my phone, so I'm sure he did respond. But if he's not joining in, then yeah, because he's probably relaxing with his wife and not feeling very well. He's not even lurking today, which is meaning he's probably busy with relaxing, or he's probably just laying down and trying to recover. But even though he's sick, he probably could just be busy. But I could be wrong. He's normally fine to play with me on this every Wednesday, so he could just be actually trying to just sleep it off. It sucks. He's not feeling well. That's okay, my nose has been stuffing. But it's alright, I'm not going to be playing that much longer. I'm starting to get tired. I'll probably finish after I beat this last boss or so. At least I got a good hour in, because I'm getting tired. I didn't play that. I didn't plan on playing that long. All I was going to be doing was probably this and another version, another of this. Probably do this twice, and even then, I probably plan on ending after the final boss if I beat him or not. At least I got it. At least I got a stream of it. I started right at 6, but it's already going on 9. I'd like to end around 9, 10 o'clock, 11 the latest if I start later. Sometimes Zero and me will play this till like upwards of 1 a.m. and that's a little late. Sometimes I can't go to bed by that point, but... And even then, if I do go to bed by 1 a.m., well, that's only about 5 hours of sleep. And even then, even then, going to bed at 9 or 10 is not that much sleep still. Getting up for a guy who gets up by 6... still that much sleep, but that's what happens when you love your bed. You just don't want to get up in the fucking morning sometimes, especially only to work every day for 10 hours, nearly 11 hours. Hell, I worked 11 hours last night. I worked from 7 a.m. to 6, the longest shift I've had in a long time. I've worked a 12-hour shift at Chick-fil-A once, and man, was that brutal. Only more brutal because I'm basically standing in one freaking spot all day. At least here at my current job, while it is more painful on my legs and my feet, I'm at least constantly moving, so I'm not just sitting there. My legs are hurting from standing in one spot all day. 12-hour shift at Chick-fil-A is brutal. And people do that on the daily. at other jobs. I don't know how they do it. I'm sure I could do it, but I don't want it. 7 to 7? Yeah, no thanks. I wouldn't be able to stream. I'd be too tired. I would only get like a good one stream for like 3 hours in before I get off. Yeah, no thank you. I'd rather stream for 4 to 5 hours before, instead of just maybe 1 hour, 2 hours. No thank you. Because I usually would stream by 6 o'clock or so anyway when I worked at Chick-fil-A, because I would get off at 4 and wait about an hour and a half to get picked up because my mom would get off at work. That's why I wish I had a car. So I had to wait for her to get me. I don't know why I never had my dad get me, but still, it didn't matter. Still had to wait. Either way. I did that for like 4 years, Jesus. Just sat there at work for an hour and a half. Don't know why I didn't stay working. I just didn't. They wouldn't let me either way. They just like stopped making me work overtime. Otherwise I would have worked from 8 to 5 every day. Ow. This one fucking sucks! You saw that I constantly stopped moving because they were in my way. And if you lock onto an enemy, your character immediately starts walking. Unless you hit start. Then you're free to run. Nope. You're not turning yourself invisible. No. So these guys turn invisible. They can also create, well, I believe it's their normal through very hard variant. They make clones? I haven't seen, I don't know if the ultimate version, I don't know why they wouldn't, but I have never seen the, I don't recall if their ultimate version has done it to me recently, if at all. At least from my knowledge, seeing is from recently, they have not ever created clones. I know their normal through very hard variants can create shadow clones, basically. The only reason I say I don't know is because I haven't seen them do it in a while. If anything, I don't think so, because all I'm seeing them doing now is invisibility. I know for a fact the other ones just make clones. That's the difference between the hardest mode and the easier modes. Now. Except the clones die in one hit, so it doesn't really matter. Lovely view we have. Lovely view, ain't it? Okay, weakened. This makes this room much bearable, more bearable. Beautiful. Yes, indeed. Alright, that room's done. All we need to do now is walk through a wall. And this is how you spawn hidden enemies. There's hidden enemies in some of these levels where you have to walk through a fake wall, and certain enemies will appear. Like, if I were to... Because there's two ways to open some of these doors in these areas. You can either kill all the enemies directly of a room, or you can fight the hidden enemy throughout throughout all the areas. Every area that has a locked door will have a hidden enemy that either spawns later, and you got to either wait for it, or you got to make them spawn, such as in his case. If I would have gone and spawned him and immediately killed him amongst the other 4, I would have opened this door immediately. This room here, behind these big dudes that are about to appear, there is a robot behind him, behind these guys. If I take out that robot, he'll immediately open the boss door. Okay! Okay. He just did the remaining health I had. I had a lot of health left. Fuck. I had a lot of health left. I mean, they took off a good chunk of my health, but they still did about 600 to 700 damage. I think. I did not have nowhere near low health. At least merit healing. Yeah, these things suck. They also do more damage as you crack off their armor. The more damage you crack, the more parts of their armor you crack off, the more their missiles get more violent, which is what killed me. On top of being hit by 3 of them, they either got a crit, the one that was about to die hit me before its death, or it just decided to be an asshole. However, they also can kill each other, which is what you saw. The one that died, the one that actually probably killed me, died because it got its friend shot himself, or he shot himself. See, like this Bartle here, the reason he's not dead is because he was a hidden enemy that I could have killed earlier to spawn the boss portal. Usually he's left alive. Oh yeah, the problem with this is I didn't leave a telepipe, so now I gotta walk all the way back. The episode 2 quest is the reverse. You can't leave telepipes, which is a thing to go back to the town, but instead when you die, you can literally choose which area to go to instead of having to walk. Both have a pro and con. The pro in this is you can leave telepipes. The con is you gotta walk back if you don't. The pro on episode 2 is you don't gotta walk back every time you die. The con is if you're midway through a level or near a boss, you gotta walk your happy ass back or die. Either way, you're walking forward or backward. And some areas get pretty long. Like 5 or 6 rooms long. Personally, this boss rush has only like 3 or 4 rooms before the boss. Episode 2, some of them are pretty long. A few of the areas are pretty long. I don't even like walking back from the start of this to where I'm at now, much less episode 2's. Because it's a lot longer. I just wish they made it. I just wish they made it so you can leave pipes and choose which area to go to. I know they did it that way because whatever, I guess. They made the other one reversed because episode 2 is considerably harder. But it's a pain being at the boss, dying, and then having to walk your happy ass back to it instead of just leaving a telepipe to him. I was not expecting to die by the bronze. Fucking things. I normally leave a telepipe in that room just because those freaking blue Sinnoh bastards are much more painful than these things are. However, these things have a lot of missiles. Oof. Okay, I can see why they killed me. They did over fucking 500 health. Okay. Yeah, that did over 500 damage. Yeah, I see why that killed me. I sworn I had about that health. I had probably about that much health left, so someone did about 600 damage to me. I I see why. They do a lot of damage. But I did not realize that having about 600 something health would have been nearly a one-shot by that point. Ow. That's fine. It's no big deal. Customize. Oh yeah, I think I'm good. I think it's Jizonda or Rizonda. Yeah, no, it's Jizonda. It's Jizz on you. That's the name of the spell, by the way, Jizonda. Rizonda, actually, but either way. Ow. Zonda, Jizonda, Rizonda. Jabarta, Rabarta. Name of the spells. Zonda's lightning, Barta's ice, Foya's fire. So that golden one, if I kill that golden one right here, he'll open up the boss portal door immediately. Otherwise, I would have to kill everything to open it. Which, killing that thing that I just hit will kill that golden one that I just is no longer there now. And the door is open. It's okay. TTF normally takes me about an hour to complete, give or take. Maybe less. My fastest time I think is like maybe 20 minutes. 20, 30 minutes. With frequent shop runs. Or deaths. But at a lower level like mine, it usually takes, by myself, usually about an hour. Even Respect of Tomorrow by myself with scope took about like an hour long. With, again, frequent shops. But with Respect of Tomorrow, I normally don't shop too much unless I beat a boss, just because of the fact that I can't just leave telepipes. So, killing the dude in the middle, like most things that control the horde, immediately kills them all. Well, now I done it. So now they're all gonna circle in and explode, and they trapped me within them, so I'm gonna have to tank this. Ow! Jesus! They one-shotted me! Bah! They all exploded at once. It's nothing. It's no surprise that they all one-shotted my health. I was hit by all of them. And yes, there is multi-attacks at once. So if two enemies line up their attacks simultaneously, they can both hit you at the same time. And that's what they did. Seeing as I didn't get knocked down by that attack, they technically all hit me at once. That's a thing. Occasionally you'll hear a dunk, like a weird sound effect. It's more like it has like that critical hit sound, but you'll notice it if you play this game enough. It's when multiple enemies hit you at once. And it happens quite often. So instead of doing like 200 damage, you'll take like 400. They did an entire 800 damage because of that. But normally that's what happens. When you take out the middle one, all the freaking add-ons blow up. There's a way out of that. I just fucked up. The best thing to do in that situation is to, what I should have done, freeze them, or spam lightning and as they're stopped spinning, attack, kill the one as I was starting to do at the end, and then get out of there. But I fucked up. Don't know why I was just spamming lightning. I guess I was trying to kill them with it, but that's not the right move because it's too weak. My magic sucks. Even though I'm at this level, my magic is only 600, and I'm only 123. And most of my magic is maxed, yes. Some, not all of it. 20 is the maximum, and a good chunk of my magic is not even that point. So here's the third boss, Volopt. This guy is literally gonna fall apart. You're an asshole. Yeah. Oh, yeah, normally that's the one of the recommended routes, but the other recommended route is to spam lightning on the screens like I just did. And if you do it enough, he'll come out much faster, which is what I'm fighting now, is his main phase. So that's what I just did. I spammed lightning, bringing him out a lot faster. Otherwise, I would have to break every TV and those pillar things that come out of the ground. Are you just stuck doing that? Well, goodbye. Well, that was Volopt. That could have been much worse for me, but you only saw one of his moves. He has 3 different attacks and 1 heal. He started off with the heal. That was with the green orbs that were at the beginning. Then he has missiles, and then he has a trap where he shoots a laser at you. Granted, by his stupid damage he was doing to me with his pillar drop, he probably would have killed me with his laser attack. I forgot how much damage that does, because I know it does like a set amount of damage, that laser. I think you need a set amount of health to survive it. Maybe not. Well, maybe not. Maybe it would have killed me, but I think I need like 1,900 something. I forgot. Meta gamers have told me how much health you need. I never cared to really pay attention to how much damage it does. Which is weird for a guy like me. I should know that about my favorite game of all time, but it's something I don't give a shit about. Stats and, well, metagaming and like builds and shit. That's not things I care about. I just like playing with a character I like. I like my close range combat, so I'm a hunter. I like using physical combat weapons up close and personal. This thing just unequipped my weapon. This is the ruins. Final area of episode 1. The final boss might be a pain in the ass. The second phase is gonna definitely fuck me up. Ow. This guy's gonna shoot some lasers. Whoa. That was my opportunity to kill it too, and a freaking claw on my face. Okay, good, the threat's dead. Yeah, you definitely can see that these guys are pretty amped up in terms of defenses. But I still find the mines enemy to be much more annoying than them. Maybe not at this point, but overall, at least on console, they were a lot more annoying to me in terms of ultimate runs. The final boss of this, though, however, up to a certain level, he fucks me royally. If I get on scope right now and do one player, I'll destroy everything with her. Not only the fact that I am a much higher level, but also just the fact that her gun is just fucking overpowered. And it's really not even that. It's just... It is overpowered with the amount of times I hit. But she's just a higher level. I pretty much already do more damage with this character than my main. It's just the amount of defenses I have is a lot better. And I do about a little less damage overall, but with DPS, I do far more damage. With DPS alone for my main character, she does a lot more damage. Most of my hits probably do about maybe like 300 to 400, so I probably do well over 1,000 per combo, if about so. What are you casting? Ah! That attack I told you about with the flowers? That's what just killed me. Except that was a sorcerer. Fucking goddamn it. I hate that attack. Majid sucks. I couldn't move. That isn't always a one-shot, but its accuracy is so garbage. And trust me, the enemy's accuracy with that attack is far better because you can get that move, you can get that one-shot move if you're a force, but its accuracy with you is even worse, and it's not worth using. Enemies that have it, they seem to have great accuracy. Because trust me, even if it hits you, it can still miss, and you'll hear a sound effect knowing that it actually hit your character, but instead of dying, you'll just be alive still, but that character actually hit me with it. And it's an insta kill. I know, I ate them. I was not expecting him to spawn there. Because he teleports. He like teleports around. If you wait for him to attack and then don't kill him, he'll teleport. Or if you're not close enough to him, he'll just teleport in and out of existence. As you probably saw from the background, you probably saw him teleporting around. And he teleported when I was fighting them and magitted me. He goes through 3 different moves. A light attack, a dark magic attack, and a heal. After he goes through in that order, from light, dark, magic, or heal, and then he'll repeat. And he was on his second hit, second magic spell. Fucking hate that spell. Because his normal through very hard variant, he does fire, ice, heal. His ultimate, light and dark and heal magic. The final boss also has that spell. But I don't think I've ever died to him on that spell. I may have died to him in the beginning when I first played this game, but anytime recently, if the final boss were to ever hit me with his one-shot move, I deserve it. Alright, I better... Yeah, you can hear him teleporting around. Where are you? I didn't sell. I don't care. Oh, there he is. Good. Broke off one of his things. Hello. Yep. His crystal was glowing white, which means he was going to spam light magic on me. Which does quite a bit of damage, but not enough. It doesn't one-shot. Only his dark magic does. And funny enough, PSO introduced only one dark spell. PSO2 has several others, and they balanced out Majid to not be such an OP attack, and they added a lot more dark magic in that game. This is the only dark spell in this game, and it's a one-shot. Especially if you PvP, because yes, PvP in this game's a thing. Is it popular? Is it good? No. But it's a thing. And trust me, you can troll people with it, but it's... Who PvPs in this? It's not good. And that's coming from a guy who does not PvP. Even with arenas, because there are battle arenas in this game, for reasons. Or you could just go normally to an area with end battle mode and fight people. But why? Oh, hello. Hello. Ow. There's not a lot of sorcerers in this mode, luckily. But they do drop me something that I hopefully would like to find, but it's very rare. And Zero can find the same shit a lot easier. I think it's a 1 out of 2,000 drop chance or something for me. It's my Lavis, but he can find it off a rare slime for like 1 in 20. But it evens out because the chances of finding a rare monster is not as high as a 1 in 2,000 chance. It's much lower, but it's still enough to where you're not going to be finding a rare monster every room, unless you're playing on Eden or Ultima, where that game had such ridiculous buffs. You would find like 5 rare monsters like every other 3 rooms or so, or more. Literally, it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. So these guys are easy. If you're far enough away from them, they will spam their arms. But the funny thing about that is you can just literally stand in the middle between the 2 of their arms, and you'll never get hit. And if you get close to them, they will start to physically attack you. Like that. So if you're in a room with like 3 or 4 of them, you can just stand in the middle of all their trajectory and never get hit. Goodbye. I'm not taking that. Here comes a pain in the ass. Ow. God, even debuffed, you're a pain in the ass. Oh, come on. Ooh, an HP mat. They got them gold chains. Yes, they do. Yeah, I love the ruins. It's my favorite area. I love how the enemies glow and everything. And they're like the glowing chain parts, or the glowing parts they move to. I like that. Got my silencer. Okay. Probably gonna die. I'm gonna go and stock up, sell some shit, and hopefully prevent my death. Here the thing is, this boss has maybe a few attacks that will do a lot of damage to me, but I can survive it because I have. However, it has one attack where he freezes me and he sends out these weird spinny monsters, and his initial freezing does a lot of damage as is, and then his stupid monsters at the end of it come out and hit me in a group of 4, and they split off, and that's what kills me every time. Even if I don't get frozen, he does enough damage to where they just kill me. You'll see. And it's really annoying to survive. I've gotten lucky to survive maybe a few times. I normally can't beat him even on offline mode, one-player mode. Even back when I was playing it on console, I barely beat him with a level 130-something character. I just die a lot. Granted, I don't give a shit about my resistances, but that's what's causing it. My elemental resistances: fire, ice, lightning, dark, light. That is the order they go. All 3 of the major first spells, fire, ice, and lightning, they're all 0. I don't care. I never did care. Because defenses, attack, power, defense, and evasion is what I care the most. Evasion not so much, but defenses and attack power. Your gear brings up your attack and defenses and some resistances. If it does not bring up my attack and defenses and my evasion, I don't wear it at all. If it brings anything down, I try not to wear it. The only time I will wear other armor is if it brings it up, or occasionally it'll bring up my armor, my defenses, and my attack power. But I prefer it to bring up everything. And if it doesn't bring up my resistances with it, I'm not going to switch to an armor with a bunch of high resistance, lowering my damage and my defenses. That's how I am with RPGs. Yes, does it get me killed with certain fights? Yes. But do I do enough damage to eventually win said fight? Did you just make a Pokemon Movie 2000 reference? Alright, Slowking. You know, I have to see that stupid Pikachu Detective Pikachu movie, just because I want to see how dumb that movie is. I have no interest in any of that, or the game. I just want to see how bad it is. I need pants. I love that movie. I love all the older Pokemon movies, up to Pokemon... I like 1 through 3, and I liked Pokemon Forever. I also did enjoy the Latios Latias movie, but anything really after that I gave no shits about. Because I've seen all of the Pokemon movies, except for some of the more recent ones, but I've seen all of them. Even the Ranger movie, and a lot of the ones from like Black and White onward I have not seen, but I've seen everything up to, I think, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl movies. Up to that, I think. Everything beyond that, I have not seen. Danny DeVito as Pikachu. I would love to hear him doing his Phil voice for Pikachu. Kids, I have 2 words for you.
Pikachu.
I like the Deoxys Rayquaza one. I don't remember if I saw that one. I'm not sure. The last movie I remember watching, while it was Ruby and Sapphires, was the stupid Jirachi Groudon one, and God, was that movie bad. But I liked the Latios Latias movie. I thought it was good. Oops, I dropped my monster condom from my Magnum dong. God damn it. Yeah, Danny DeVito as Pikachu would be great. Kids, I got 3 words of advice for you. Thunderbolt. Yeah, it's 2 words, but... eh. Hit him with another thunderbolt. Or is Thunderbolt combined into 1 word? Maybe it's just multiple syllables. Syllable words confuse me sometimes. I usually split words when they don't need to be splitted. Actually, I think Thunderbolt's 1 word. If I recall, I know it isn't Pokemon. But maybe that just could be character limited. If Thunderbolt is 1 word, it's just because I am losing it for school and English. And I don't give a shit. Hit him with another Thunderbolt. Ah! Now's not the time for my blue snowball's faceplate to fall off. How did that happen? And in my lap. No! Yeah, I died to the 2nd phase. Ugh. I normally die on his 3rd form. 2nd form, technically speaking. God damn. Well, that's basically how I die, though. It's these spinny things. And it's ice. Wow, I'm doing very bad. That should not have happened. That was a waste of a Scapdil. Too many spinnies. Ah, I see inside the monster. Oh, he's trapped me. Yay. Just miss. Just miss. God, I love missing. This is the form I normally die on. right there. This bullshit right here. Too early. Now I'm freaking out. I'm just like repeatedly missing things. No! Fuck off. Alright, final form. If I don't fuck up, I can beat him. I died carelessly on the first or second initial phase. Technically, I consider it a second phase, but if you want to be counting the first phase, the spinnies initially at the first phase, it's technically his third, but I like to count that as not as a form. Either way, this is his true final form. You fight this on hard through ultimate. Normal mode does not have a fight with this phase. Okay, that attack is worrisome. This attack is worrisome. This can easily kill me. That was light magic. That was Grants. That can barely do any damage to me. Yay. My accuracy. Didn't hit you enough. Come on. Ah. Oh. Man, I'm worried about that attack. Damn it! Oh. I got startled. Oh, I didn't. That knocked me down like right at the beginning of that. Oh, okay. Stop that. Yeah, the missing. I'll take it. Ah. God, can we stop the missing, please? Problem with this attack is you gotta run as straight as possible. Any slight turns you make will slow you down. Stop missing, please. Damn it. No, no one shot. No. Now he's in the worst part of the phase that I hate most. Blah. The one that he freaking steals my soul, so I do damage to myself if I hit him. Ugh. When he has my soul, I do damage to myself, which is why I'm very scared. Except I'm constantly missing. Yay, 100 damage. Bzz. Agreeby, welcome. Damn you. Hello. Oh, the accuracy. Oh man, I wish I was like 20 levels higher. A Grebby? I'm sorry, I read it as agree. I don't know why. Don't know why I saw 2 E's in your name when you have 2 G's in your name. Completely just did not see that. My eyes are bad with certain words and certain letters. I don't know why. Oh, I thought it was in the silver. Yeah. I don't know why what my head was thinking. I swore I saw 2 E's in your name. That's why I read it as that way. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to butcher your name there. But that's also just how my brain works. Come on, fluids. I know I can. I never use magic on him, though. No, I'm not low on fluids at all. No, I just don't ever use spells on him. I know about it. Oh, I know about that. It's also because I have my Photon Blast, but that's another thing entirely. I just don't... Oh, shit. I just never do. Never once have. For some reason, that's not a thing I like doing. I don't know why. Not much of a magic guy. That's just me, though. Ooh. Ah. I'm more of the physical combat user anyway, than anything. I do have a ranger, though, named Scope, who's my main on this Affinia server. But normally I'm the hunter. And I'm just trying to level her up to catch up. I was gonna finish him off with this, but nope, he's up in the air now. I better start running immediately. That was more painful than it should have been. Because my accuracy is garbage with the fact that I'm not exactly at a high enough comfortable level to really tackle ultimate. He's not hard at all. I know I can beat him. It's just, I'm a lower 120. This is ultimate. And accuracy starts to really not pan out until I'm a much higher level. Her accuracy isn't great either. But it's also the fact that I just wanted to be careful when he steals my soul, because I could have easily have pelted him. So I was taking it extra careful. Other than that, he would have died a lot faster. If I was on my ranger, or if my character here was 160 something like my ranger, Falls would have been dead, no contest, hands down. But I was just playing it more cautious than I should have. The fact that I didn't feel like dying, even though I have one scape doll left. The only reason I even brought those is because I'm not confident in surviving his third form, where he's the ball, and he unleashes the spinnies on you after every magic spell, because my resistances are garbage. I don't care. Again, I'm going to explain that again. I don't care about resistances. But that is the cause of my deaths to his ice. He does too much damage to me, and his spinnies finish me off. That's fine, but I need scape dolls to survive it. Do I care? No. I was just trying to play it cautious, but I did it in the end. I know I can whoop him. His final form is no problem. If I can even make it to his final form, I should have no problem dying. None of his attacks kill me. Maybe except the stupid shockwave attacks. If I take those head on, they can kill me in a one shot. Or his Majid, but who gets hit by his Majid? I don't think I've ever been hit by that. I mean, I know I have in the past. Probably when I was a new player, and I've been playing this game since it released on Dreamcast years ago. And even then, I don't remember getting hit by it more than, like, maybe once. You're gonna get going, Blasto? Yeah, I'm gonna get off here, too. Sorry, Agrebi. It's going on 10 o'clock for me. In fact, it is 10 o'clock. I have work at 7 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow, guys. Feel free to join in. Stick around for tomorrow, Agrebi, if you want to join in tomorrow. I stream every day at around 6 p.m. Eastern. I've been playing this for about almost 2 hours now. Wow, the TTF took way longer than I was hoping. That's fine. That's perfect because I'm going to be doing TTF a good for a while now until I can level her and RT. And that's how I level. I know there's other ways of faster ways of leveling. I personally don't get bored of fighting bosses. Feel free to join the Discord if you're new to the channel. I don't recognize the name, so I don't know if you've been here before. Hit the first link if you want to join both. Feel free. The first link is the more used one. Stick around for tomorrow. If you want to see some Dark Souls 3 and Final Fantasy 1, feel free to join for that. Otherwise, I'm going to go lay down and get some sleep. I am getting tired. Sorry, dude. I know you joined very late, unless you were lurking, but stick around tomorrow. Join me for some Dark Souls 3 and Final Fantasy 1. PSO is every Wednesday until my schedule swaps. My buddy's going to be coming back eventually in the next month or so for some co-op. So PSO will make a strong return. Oh, you saw me streaming from NDW's Discord. Nice. I haven't talked to him in a while. Holy shit. Well, tell him I say hello next time you talk to him. It's been a while since I've talked to him. It's a shame he got banned on here. He helped me a lot with PSO. Even though I know as much as I do about it, he's helped me with a lot of things that I didn't know about it. He even helped me beat challenge mode for the first time, which made me happy. So, have a good night. Feel free to join my Discord as well if you feel like to just chat about PSO. A bunch of my fan base are PSO lovers. Feel free to join me on Affinia if you play it, that is. I don't know if you play, what server you play on or whatever. But feel free to join me on Affinia sometime. Feel free to join my Discord with a bunch of people that love PSO there. I will see you tomorrow, guys. Let's see, who do we got to raid? We can go raid, Striking Viking. He's doing Dead by Daylight. Feel free to enjoy some Dead by Daylight, guys. Have a good one, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Oh, go to lobby and say hi and bye to me. Sure. Yeah, I don't care about the money. I have enough. That's not how you lobby. Which lobby ship are you in? Because I'm in block 2? Are you in the first one? Go to lobby 2. Well, what block are you in initially? I can cancel that real quick. I'll choose block 2. Block 1. I just chose block 2. Alright, I'll go to block 1 real quick. And then lobby 2. Or am I in lobby 2? Let's do that. Oh, I'm already there. Black 1, lobby 2. Yeah, I'm there. Is that you, B? Or are you one of these other characters? I don't know why, again, I said B, but your name is Egby. Hey, figured that was you. And plus, bzz. Yeah. I figured it was. Is that like a female Bumblebee from Transformers? My card, send. Well, here's my guild card. Sorry. That's all good. I'm sure you... Yeah, I'm sure you probably have a bunch of people you play with, whether it's all Twitch peoples or real peoples that you play with, like friends. It's all good. I met a lot of... Yeah, that. My friend made that. I guess any mind though. Yeah, my friend made that weird, nasty, dirty chat, simple chat thing, but cause mine, a lot of these people in my list, believe it or not, are all people I've met through the stream. So I mean, it's not full, but it's getting there. A lot of people I've played with and I don't play with anymore, or at least they don't play in a while. But I've met a lot of people streaming this game. Like half my follower base and fan base are PSO, so I appreciate it and thank you guys so much for that. PSO2 and PSU will also be a part of streams as well, so if you ever want to see some PSO2, PSU, and want to join me for any of those, PSU Clementine and PSO2, feel free to do so. We can play those together as well. Feel free to drop a follow, whatever, if you want to stick around. I'm going to be heading off for the night. I'm sorry to just run a go on you when you joined in the end. I really hate doing that, but I got to get up by 6 o'clock tomorrow. I got a long 10-hour night tomorrow. I work 10 hours every night, so. Have a good one. Thank you, B. Bye. Bye. Let's raid now. Alright, guys. Feel free to join Striking Vikings this time for real for some Dead by Daylight. Say hello to me, guys. Say hello to me. Say hello for me, guys. Have a good one.